Are we live? We are live. Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello. Because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't quite in the shot there. And
Live from Morgan Towers.
Obviously, you want to see all of this. Or maybe you don't. Is that better?
Anyway, thanks to everyone who's joining us live tonight for our Thursday night hour of fun and frivolity.
Our hour of talking a load of old...
interesting things about cruise and travel. Jibber jabber.
And that as well. Cruise jibber jabber.
So I can see so many people in the comments already. So thank you all so much we love our community that joins us here every week. So if you've got a question to us about anything, the cruise, travel, or about us, then please just pop it in the live chat, and we will get to it if we can, which I'm sure we will. We always try to get through all our comments and our questions. So there we are. Right.
I have to say, I feel like I'm being tortured a little bit because we've just prepared the meat filling for a cottage pie. And it's just finished simmering on the stove, and the house is full of the smell of it, and it's making me very hungry.
It is. We've got visitors tomorrow, so we decided to do a cottage pie, isn't it, Paulie?
Yes.
So special visitors. Right, so let's have a look. So we've got a few things to report. Paul's been had an entertaining week, haven't you? But we'll go on to that in a minute in more ways than one. But let's see who was here first today. So Nick and Tracy were here first today. So hello and welcome, everyone. If you have a question, please start your comment with question. Yes, please, so that we can see it. And Kevin was here as well very early too. So thank you guys for coming along as always. And Nick saying, if you are new here, please hit the like button, share your friends. If not done so already, subscribe. Nick, fair play. Thank you so much. Do you know the most important thing for us is obviously subscribing to our channel, but also watch time on our channel. So if you do watch our videos, if you watch to the end, then that's great. But also if you can share them with your friends or on your Facebook or whatever social media you've got, then that's really helpful too. And that just obviously it puts the reach out and
yes,
and helps us along.
And lots of comments. YouTube, like lots of comments, because then they think, oh, people's talking about that. Even if you're saying tea towels, Drakmars, all sorts of comments we get. We had a comment Drakmar on one of our videos. I don't know what it was all about. The problem is when you've done it. So sometimes we'll get a comment on a video from 4 years ago, which is great.
I like your shirt.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
where'd you get that shirt from? And it's like, I mean, you know what I'm like. You know what my form's like for keeping clothes. I wore a shirt on here that I've had for 38 years. So, it's a good chance I've still got that shirt. But without watching the video, it's like, oh, what do I had on there?
Well, so we have to sometimes skip through the video and watch it to answer the questions. But there we are.
So if you're going to make a comment like that, say, oh, I love that shirt you had with Singer written on it. And then...
I don't think I love that one, Paul. Well, it's quite a nice one. Nice colour. Anyway, back to the questions. So who's first in with the question today? Nick and Tracy, have you or would you ever do a cruise and not vlog it? Would you find it more relaxing? I think, to be fair, I don't think we'd ever go on a cruise and not vlog it. What sometimes happens is we vlog while we're on board, and then when we get home, we don't actually put a series out because of time constraints, equipment failures, things like that. But I think it would be, for us, as we create content, it would be shame to go on a cruise that we had a most fantastic time and not be able to share it with someone. So we always try to get some footage of some sort. There's more that we say, actually, do you know, when we're on our own, it's easier to vlog than when we're traveling with groups. Because we obviously got more time to do it. So
because obviously when we're traveling with other people, they usually lead us astray and make us stay up late and drink beer, which we don't like doing. Well,
there is that. But also we don't want to be doing it all the time when we want to be spending time with friends and family. So we've got ourselves into quite a good routine now of doing that when we're cruising. So we don't find it a chore anymore, do we?
Well, the routine is Carole does the work.
And Paul goes to sleep on the bed.
And I either go to sleep on the bed or go to the bar.
Actually,
to get us a seat.
Yes, sometimes that. Actually, if you watched our Oosterdam vlog series that's just finished, which was absolutely fantastic. We had a great week on Oosterdam. It was a fantastic itinerary. You'll have seen, I think it was when we got to, was it Turkey? Paul actually came on the balcony with me to do some filming. So, but if I'll just talk about what the videos.
I think I've wet the bed, I think.
Well, we've got to talk about our videos. If you hadn't seen it, obviously we put our last episode of all our time in Turkey, and something we did for the first time in 56 cruises. We also then put out a Neptune Suite tour, so that's available on our channel now. And so that was the last episode of our Oosterdam, and we're now on to our next
adventure. Is it Oosterdam or is it
Oosterdam? It's Oost. Oost like toast. That's how we talk about Oost like toast. And this week,
as I'm sure Carla would be bet Carla sat at home now going, it's Oosterdam.
Yes, I bet she is. And the start of our new adventure begins at the Hilton with a stay park and dinner package at London Heathrow. And we head off to Civitavecchia, where we stay at Hotel de la Ville. And then we get on the Royal Clipper, which it's so lovely when we what am I doing here? I've got rid of that, but I want to get rid of that. So I want to take that off.
She's talking now. She's talking now. Her brain wasn't fully engaged. That's when I usually get when I can see, then there's like a look in her eyes where I know that it's like a nobody's at home sign, and then that's when I usually say stupid stuff and get away with it. But she carried on talking while she was doing it, which threw me completely.
Anyway, it was a pleasure editing Oosterdam, and already Royal Clipper. I'm halfway through the first episode of that, and it's just been joyous to be back on that, because that was a fantastic trip as well.
Yeah, it's just been sailing by the editing, hasn't it?
It has been sailing by. Oh, he's on form, isn't he? So let's see. Oh, Kevin's asking about your race car. Yes, for those that are on our Patreon members, they see a little bit behind the scenes stuff. And Paul decided, I'm sure a lot of you had snow this week in the UK. We've had snow, which is very unusual in Gloucestershire, isn't it, this time of year? If we get some, it's normally in February. Anyway, we woke up to the garden was absolutely white. And Paul decided that it would be a good time to travel 244 miles to Sevenoaks. And you said it was 144 miles each way?
Yeah, that's 288 added together.
Oh, yes. Well, 288 miles to pick up 2 bumpers and 2 grills for his...
what is it, honey? If you can tell me what it is.
For his car.
What car
his race car. His Nova. Is it Nova?
It is.
Corsa. Nova. Oh, I got it right.
I have got a Nova and a Corsa, so I'm impressed you got them both.
So on Tuesday, what day are we today? So Tuesday, he left at like 9:30 in the morning, got back about 5 o'clock at night.
I had a lovely drive out.
We're telling the story.
Well, I'll answer Kevin's question first. Now, we've been building this car for 4 years, which isn't the norm, because when I bought the car, it was virtually ready to go. Then there was a rule change, which meant it wasn't ready to go. And plus, I've been nicking a few bits off it to put on my car that I've been racing as well. So with every passing week, my new car got a bit further away from being ready. But now the missing ingredient for it to be ready for the new season is a front bumper, which I drove 288 miles to get, because Vauxhall Novas are now a collector's item and they are making thousands of pounds. So it's really, really difficult to get the parts. But getting it ready for the start of the season is just, once it's all up together, I've got to have the roll cage check because it's a new build, and I've got to have a check to make sure that when I'm sat in the seat that my head's not touching the roof and all that sort of stuff, and make sure it's track worthy. But then it's just a matter of how serious you want to be, rolling road tuning, that sort of stuff. Do you want to do all that or don't you? But all in all, it's taken me 4 years. A normal person, it'd take maybe a couple of weeks.
Yes. But what happened when you went to pick up the bumper?
So I get to this place in the middle of nowhere, and it's a commercial mechanical place. And I walk into reception, and this man walks past me and looks at me and says, all right, mate, yeah, lovely. And then he goes into the back of reception, and then he comes back out, and he's like, all right, mate, yeah, it's Paul, isn't it? I said, yeah, that's right, yeah. And the trouble is, I wear stuff that sometimes got my name on it. So it might be a Paul and Carole Love to Travel shirt, or I got some P&C car shirts, which is my mechanical wing of the company, and that'll have my name on it. So I looked down and I thought, well, I haven't got anything with my name on it. So I look at this guy, because I've gone to meet this man called Justin to get these wings and grills. And I said, oh, you Justin, are you? No, my name's John. So I'm like suitably confused. He said, "Oh, can I have a picture?" He said, "to show my missus because she won't believe me." And I'm like, "Oh, I take it you watch us on YouTube then?" "Yeah," he said, "I've been watching you since COVID." He said, "But my missus won't believe it." So, so to John, big shout out. He made me feel very welcome. And then the guy turns up with the bumpers, and he's like, "Oh, do you know John, dear?" It's like, "No, I've never met him before in my life," which confused him even more. Yeah. But anyway, I had a nice run up, nice run back, got me bumpers, got me grills. Lovely, jobs are good.
We get used to being recognised now on cruise ships, don't we? And which is lovely. So if you do spot us on a cruise ship, please come and say hi, because we always like to have a chat. But you don't expect that, and we very rarely see it at home, do we? Always, you know, we once at our local pub, someone sort of taps us on the shoulder and stuff, wouldn't it? But yeah, so that was quite entertaining. So Paul's now all prepared for the racing season. So Corinne's asking, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does your finger hurt? Now, Corinne, interesting question, because now the answer is which one?
So, because as you would have heard at the start of this broadcast, we've been preparing the filling for a cottage pie. And at the start of that preparation, I stabbed myself in the finger. So
twice.
So I've now got a baddie. I stabbed that one and I stabbed that one. But the finger that Corinne's on about is that one. Because
his wedding ring's gone.
Because I had to have my wedding ring cut off on the advice of a viewer on our live a week or so ago. And other people said, you need to get that cut off.
Well, I've been saying to you for months.
But so what it means now is I'm a single man. Woo! So as soon as this broadcast's over, I'm at the town. I'm going to be dancing.
No, but anyway, we'll say thank you to the girls in FH Hines in Gloucester, because it was a struggle to get it off, and she was fair play. She persevered, but thankfully your finger's good.
Yes.
We've got to wait 6 weeks, and then we're going to go back and obviously get it
married. And then I got to get married again.
Can we do another ceremony?
No. We're still married, honey.
Yes, we are. So, Corinne, basically, actually, it feels so much better now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Nobody'd be daft enough to marry me, mate. So it's just you.
I know, I am. Yeah. So, yes, so thank you for asking, Corinne, because obviously all the behind-the-scenes stuff, our patrons and that get to know first. So, let's have a look. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Nick's asking, read TUI cruises. When is the best time to book excursions? The process is quite different for celebrity. Early. Because TUI their excursions are really good value and they get booked up. So if there's something that you want to do, make sure you get in early, because like you say, if you go on Celebrity, Holland America, Princess, their excursions are extortionate. But TUI is very, very reasonable, aren't they? Would you agree, Paulie?
I can almost guarantee. Now I have to say, we love Morella. Johnny and Will, our friends who we met in Belfast, are on Morella as we speak.
Just got on Discovery 2 today.
So they've been giving us some updates, and we love Morella. But sometimes on the, what's the word I'm looking for? On the face of things, when you look at how much a Morella cruises, you think, oh, that's a bit pricey. But obviously it's flights, transfers, and it's all inclusive. And there's a lot of dining options that you don't have to pay for. But one of the best value things on Morella is definitely their excursions. They are peanuts in comparison to other cruise lines. So they get booked up quickly because they're so cheap. So yes, as soon as you're able,
get on them.
Get on there and get on them.
So Anna might just saying that. So Anna might say saying, book them when you see them as they sell it quickly, which they do. So yes, so excellent. And in Carole said, what's it like to be famous YouTube celebrities?
Well, you know,
after being recognised.
It's tough at the top.
Lots of people talking about snow. And then Carla's also asking, a few lives back you mentioned that you were looking at maybe a sneaky cruise before the end of the year. Have you managed to find something? We've managed to find about 5 actually that I'm watching, and there's some bargains to be had actually with P&O just before Christmas and Ambassador. So yes, so there's a few that we're watching. There's a few other companies we're watching too, because we always said,
which one are you doing?
Well, we don't know yet. I've got a list.
I mean, when we don't know, I don't even know when Carol's booked it. I still don't know.
We've always said about doing something really last minute. So hopefully that we're going to do that. So yes, so we're being watched. Not we're being watched. We're watching them. Frank and Jenny here from New Mexico. Good to be here for the live.
They haven't had any snow, have they?
No, Jen was saying that when we were talking on Discord, she was sorting out a garden because they're just back from a lovely cruise they've been on, and she was sorting out a garden. So we can't get to our garden now because it's covered in wet and snow. So Chris Moran's here, not
your
not our
cousin,
cousin,
not your
my
cousin.
cousin.
He's definitely not my cousin.
I know your favourite tip is Villa Maria, so you might be interested to know that Sainsbury's have got a great offer, $6.75 a bottle and 20% off. Get to it, Paulie, get to it. Do you know we were in Tesco's, was it yesterday? And it was £10 a bottle with 25% off.
£10.50.
Yeah, and I thought that's too
with
dear
25%
still.
off.
But 6.75.
$6.75
That's your
on
first
its
stop
own.
tomorrow then,
Yes.
Paulie, Sainsbury's. Apparently, we were told as well, Sainsbury's are doing half price leg of lamb as well. So there
Is
you
there
are.
any truth in that?
What did you know?
See, if there is, I'm going to buy 8.
Oh, 2 sheep's worth.
I'm going to buy a spider of lamb.
A spider of lamb. Barbara's saying that it was snowy, but it's all gone now. Yeah, ours is all gone now, thankfully. It's lovely in its snow when you see it. It's a very pretty, but it just causes havoc in the UK, because we're not used to it. Gillian said she just spotted the offer and thought of Carole as well.
Wow.
Oh.
6 bottles, that's just a standard night in for Carole.
No. I'm just saying, Barbara saying, has you ever gone along the coast by tram at Zeebrugge? We haven't, but if anyone else in the comments or anyone else that's watching this, if you could comment after to everyone that watches it afterwards as well, then please do let us know, because our lives are always there to be watched afterwards. So if you do miss them, they're always there to, and we always like people, if you do learn something or you've got something interesting to offer, make sure you put it in the comments, because it's obviously it'll help someone, which will be great. So yeah, everyone's saying about it. The snow is pretty well lasted. You need your nectar card to get it. Well, we got a nectar card, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we're good to get a nectar card.
I got one.
No, I know you are, so we'll be fine. David Webb's just saying to everyone, hello, one and all. What's our choices for live chat refreshments? He's got tea and an egg custard tart. Do you know what I had earlier? Oh my gosh, where are they, Paulie?
I feel them. I've put them in the safe.
When we were in town earlier,
have I got to go and find them?
They're just on the side in the Tupperware. I love walking through Marks and Spencer's. I love Marks and Spencer's food, and it's just a little special treat in at Marks and Spencer's. And I spotted these, which I'll show you. They're custard creams, but they're covered in chocolate. And oh my god, there's only 6 in the packet.
There's only 2 left.
No, there's not. There shouldn't be. There should be for no and Paulie with his secret eating. So these, oh my gosh, if you ever see them, they're called agelessly chocolatey milk chocolate coated custard creams. And oh my, they are just delicious. You only need one, don't you, Paulie?
In all fairness, I
they're
did have one
really
earlier.
quite thick. They're like a chocolate bar.
Yes, they're quite filling.
Paul sort of put his nose up to it, but you actually really enjoyed it, didn't you?
But there's definitely no product placement in our lives.
Right. So yeah, so if
Rusty Lee got kicked off ITV back in the day.
What was she advertising?
Well, it was like she'd be doing like some cooking on a morning show, and she'd have like a product. Oh, yeah, I got me Mazola cooking oil, and I got me whatever it is, flour and all this. And she was being given a backhander by these companies to make sure that the name was in shot when she was making something. And
sadly, we're not getting a backhander from Marks and Spencer.
Oh, you never know. Oh, there's a knock on the door now. It's a free packet.
We tend to just have a cup of coffee, which we're having now, isn't it? Paulie's got a Coke, so no food, because it'd be a bit embarrassing when we're trying to chat and to eat.
I did have a big spoonful of that cottage pie while I was there.
Did you?
No.
Oh, so many people here. Angela's here. Jeff's ahoy from Ohio. Excellent. So Morris is here. Reese is here. So thank you so much. Angela's asking, we are cruising out of Dover next year with Holland America. Have you ever cruised from Dover? Any tips? We have cruised from Dover. We cruised on the Saga ship, didn't we? From Dover.
We did.
And we stayed overnight at the Premier Inn. We found that there wasn't a huge amount to do in Dover when we went in there, wasn't there? There's just we found a couple of pubs and a couple of restaurants that was along the sort of esplanade at the front.
Isn't Dover where we went in that pub and it had all the names on the wall of all the people that swam the channel?
Oh my gosh.
She's not even on about the same place. So what you're on about is the next place over, which was Felixstowe.
No.
What was the place we stayed at?
We did. We walked into Dover, didn't we?
Yeah.
From when we stayed. Well, we stayed at a holiday park actually in St. Margaret's.
Yeah, St. Margaret's Bay.
And we walked into Dover. But actually, by the port area in Dover, there wasn't too much, was there? But actually, in Dover, yeah, there's lots of pubs and that.
So totally disregard what she said. She's talking a load of old.
But we've only done it once. But the Premier Inn was good.
Premier Inn was good, yeah.
So that was fine. So not very helpful, really, Angela, is it?
No.
Oh, Kengo Cruz is here, and Tony Romaine, Rebecca. So Jerry Capstick. So
hello,
Reese,
one and all.
Yes. So Reese is saying, have you ever had an overnight port call? If you have, did you go out at night after dinner? We've done quite a few now, haven't we? We were recently overnight in Malta, in Valletta, but we had busy days, didn't we? So actually on the evening we stayed, but it was lovely because that's the time when you can guarantee to have dinner out on deck. So we sat at there after the ship on the Lido deck, didn't we? And had dinner and watched the sun go down, because sometimes it can get a bit breezy, can't it, when you're at sea? We've also done, that's often when Azamara do their white nights, is if they do an overnight, isn't it? So you're in dock and that you can get it's all beautiful. Azamara do a fantastic white night. And they're as amazing nights they do as well, which is it's a sort of like an enrichment type thing where you either go off the ship, but it tends to be more of the case now where you'll get guest entertainers from that area come on the ship and give you it's called destination immersion, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, fantastic. So we've had overnights in Sydney, we've had overnights in Bali, didn't we, where we got off with Azamara. So we do like to see a place at night, because it's very different from day, isn't it? And that's what we enjoyed about the Royal Clipper too, because we had a couple of evenings, like we went out into Sorrento, didn't we, and things. So overnight stays are fantastic. We've recently had one in Quebec. Didn't we, on Celebrity Eclipse? So that was great too. So overnight ports where you're there all the time is a great way to explore. One of the good things, and we'll go back to, if you watched our Sail Croatia, which was on a little yacht type experience, what they do is they sort of tip cruising on its head. So we would start off with them doing a bit of sailing in the morning, and then we would stop for a swim stop, and then sort of mid-late afternoon, that's when you would get to the ports. And then you would have an included excursion, a walking tour, whatever that might be. And then you had every evening to explore the ports. I really like that. So you were sat on this little yacht when the sun going down, and you could go out and have a few beers. And you had to be back on the ship at 5 a.m. So it's quite weird getting off a ship saying all aboard time 5 a.m.
Yeah, or exactly. 4 a.m. or whatever it was. It was
so smaller ship cruising like that is very different. And we're definitely looking at doing that again, hopefully in not too distant future. So Davina's here, and Google Claire's in the house. Jeff's saying it's right. 61 degrees here yesterday, 32 degrees. Yeah, the weather's mental, isn't it? We were having some extreme cold snaps. And even today when we were in town, it was freezing. We couldn't wait to get back in. I mean, our freezing to you guys probably in Ohio. And even with Kevin, when we laugh with Kevin, who's in Calgary, saying, oh my God, it's really cold here. It was like -1. He's like,
don't have a cold off. With Kevin Austin, no. You say, "Oh, it was only 2 degrees here today." Kevin's like -20, and he's got a T-shirt on because it's like it's only -20.
Exactly. Man said, "Good evening from a very cold and wet, windy Blackpool." Dave said, "Cottage pie." Yeah, we haven't done it for ages. Have we had? I can't remember the time we had cottage pie.
And it's going to be topped with mustard cheesy mash.
Porter's the best mash, don't you?
I have to say, sorry to interrupt, Striker Maguire, but I can't remember what I see. It was on Celebrity. We had a fabulous time on that Celebrity cruise for Gary Bembridge's group cruise, but every time a dish in the main dining room came with mashed potato, I looked at Carole, and Carole looked at me and was like, "Nah, mate, they haven't got it, have they?" And to be fair, I know that sounds like a really big-headed thing to say, but their mashed potato wasn't a patch on mine.
I think you get used to your own flavours, don't you, and taste. It's like when we do a roast.
Mine's just really good.
Well, it is really good, but also when we do a roast dinner, we enjoy going out for roast dinners and stuff. But what we do at home is just what we love, isn't it? So I think that's.
And you see people put and I know everyone's going to agree with this now, but you'll see people, and I think a Sunday roast is one of the best examples. And you'll see somebody put a Sunday roast and, oh, look, I made a Sunday roast. And you look at it and you think, what the
That's
hell
not a
is
Sunday
that?
roast. Yeah.
And it's not just saying ours is better, but I'm sure everybody out there who does a good Sunday roast will agree
like
with
different
me
things.
that when they look at somebody else, they think, oh, I don't like the look of that.
So Striker Maguire looks like he's got an early Christmas present. Hi guys, watching you tonight on my brand new TV.
Oh, well, I hope you have. Give us a thumbs up at the end. Like
so let us know in the comments too, because I put a post out on Facebook. I've been keen to get our Christmas tree up for the last week or so now, which yes is a bit early, but Paul has been dead against it. But he has agreed that tomorrow is going to be our Christmas tree day, and we're going to have a few drinks and a nice Christmassy, maybe watch a Christmas movie and maybe have a little bit dance around the Christmas tree, Paulie.
Well, when she says Christmas movie, I mean Gloucester versus Exeter rugby. You know, if that's a Christmas movie.
Oh, sport is a sport on. Oh no, I thought you were going to say Die Hard. But
is that a Christmas movie?
We watched Alf the other day. Oh dear, right. So let's see what the next question is. Jim and Dwayne are here. So nice to see you guys with your celeb status. I don't know about that. Do you ever get jealous at others' trips? Gary B does it to us all the time. Nearly had me selling the house. Gary does. Gary's got a different budget than we've got, and we've just been loved following his trip in Antarctica that he's literally just come back from. And our patrons and members, Nanette and Mark were on it as well. So we loved following. It looks absolutely fabulous. So yes, we do get jealous of other people's trips that are trips that are going to our bucket list places. But we're very thankful for what we do. We do all right. So But yeah, Gary does some fantastic trips. Yeah, with no complaints at all.
No. But yes, we get jealous.
Oh yeah, of course we do. So Janet and Nick, so lovely. We met these guys, wasn't it? What, a month or so ago, and thoroughly enjoyed their company. Nick's just had cottage pie for his tea. Oh, see, good taste, good taste. Bridget's here saying, can you shove some of that cottage pie through the YouTube?
Oh, I'll tell you something.
Bridget always makes me laugh. She comes up with the most best comments, I think. If I can
invent that, if I can make that invention come to life, I would be the richest. I'd be richer than Elon Musk.
Yes. Everyone's leaving Twitter, aren't they? Or X, as it's called now.
Who's listening to you, mate?
I don't care. So there's now a thing called Blue Sky. A new social media, which we've actually gone over to, because with any social media, we like to obviously be part of it, how that will work out. So if you are on Blue Sky and you've gone off Twitter, I'm still on Twitter and I'll still post there too. However, if you are on Blue Sky, just find us and we can follow each other there.
I haven't even made it to Twitter yet, so I don't know.
No, Paulie doesn't know.
I don't know what Mr. Blue Sky is going to be like.
Exactly. You're going to sing?
No.
Chris Felice loves cottage pie. Yeah, we do too. Nick was asking a Christmas tree up. No, but tomorrow is the day.
Tomorrow. Oh, we said I wasn't going to sing.
We watched Annie the other day too, didn't we? We like to watch a film when we're blogging. I'm normally sat here and pause on the settee with our computers open. We always like to put a film on in the background. So we've had quite
we had Notting Hill today.
We did have Notting Hill.
Yeah.
So I do like a bit of Hugh Grant. So Jeff's just saying, just started backwashing all of your live streams starting 2 years ago. Oh. Yes, in about 3 weeks' time, it'll be our 100th live. How mad's that?
So Jeff, you've got 3 weeks
to catch up with all of them. Sally's also asking about the Christmas decorations. Yes, tomorrow. So Ken says he loves a steak pie. You love a steak pie too, don't you?
I love a steak pie as long as it's a proper pie. Now, really, cottage pie, in the sense of it, isn't a pie that I would say is a pie, but it is a pie. What I don't like is when it's supposed to be a pie with pastry, that pastry has to be all the way around it. Bottom, sides, top. None of this rubbish in a dish with a load of flaky stuff on the top. That's not a pie.
No. So David R's here saying we're on Oosterdam in December, and your streams of the ship have got me really excited now. Fantastic ship.
It is a fab ship.
We'd go back on a Oosterdam in a heartbeat. So have a great time. Jill and Sandra's putting their tree up this weekend, so let us know if you are too. Pauline's watching us from Cheshire, so hi to you. And Linda's saying, Carole and Paul, we like the Ramones t-shirt you got. My husband Tony got one. Yeah, you like that one too, don't you?
I do, yeah. Yeah, I got one with Ramones on and one with Nirvana.
You have?
And I bought it from a very reputable, expensive clothes outlet.
Primark?
No.
Peacocks?
No.
Who is it?
Matalan.
Yeah, that's right. It is Matalan. Craig says it's freezing in Essex. Yeah, we've got the heating on.
I was there yesterday.
Yeah. Was that Essex? No, it was Kent, isn't it? Seven Oaks.
That was Kent. I don't know.
I don't think it's Essex a bit further on.
It's all down that
Let's
way,
know,
isn't it?
Craig. Let's know.
It's all down that way.
I know Craig's near Tilbury area, which is, you weren't by Tilbury.
No,
were
Kent.
you?
Yeah, because I was close to Mace. Oh, I don't know.
Dave's just saying cheesy mash. Hopefully you've heard all about Paul's exquisite mash skills.
Cheesy mash with some Coleman's mustard. It's a game changer. And obviously a bit of butter. But no milk. We don't
like it sloppy.
I don't like it sloppy.
We like it firm but tasty.
Yes.
Mm.
And then it draws some of the gravy from the pie into the
and
then
bottom. It comes in little blowholes through the top, doesn't it, sometimes?
You've made that.
You do. If you
turn that you've turned that into something.
Sometimes you can see a little.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. Gillian's just saying, question, do shirts from 38 years ago still fit after all the cruises?
Well, yeah, because when I do a live stream, you can only see to there. Now, what you can't see is everything below there is just my exposed belly.
No.
It's like a crop top, but it's a normal shirt on anybody else.
Paul used to have big. You've still got broad shoulders, but Paul's shoulders used to be really big. He used to be when he used to go to the gym and be really fit. Yeah. So now his shoulders have sort of moved down.
I used to do in my youth. I did
so they all still fit in the shirt, but not in the same place.
Yeah, I used to do powerlifting in my youth. I was actually county powerlifting champion when I was 20. And I was a big, strong boy, very broad shoulders, very wide back, big chest. What's happened is now most of it is slipped down.
Yeah.
So the same size shirt still fits.
Yeah, exactly that.
But only where it touches.
Christy from Alabama's here. Say
hello,
hi to Ken.
Christy.
I can't wait for the raw clipper vlogs. No, we're very excited to get those out.
Not long now.
So not long now. So that was a fantastic trip. Craig's asking, have you ever done a themed cruise? We've done Mella. We've done the electric sunsets. I saw a country theme one, which looked a bit of me. P.S. cracking tunes on the latest vlog series. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, Mella had actually now brought out two. The electric sunsets, which sold out very quickly, which we were surprised it sold out.
Sold out quicker than Glastonbury.
Because it was quite expensive, but it is a fun weekend or a fun 3 nights on board. They've got two country themed.
Two, huh?
Yeah, no. Oh. So, which was still for sale. So, country music isn't our thing, is it? We don't mind a little bit of it.
But I think it's had a bit of a crossover.
Because Lucas, poor son, loves. Doesn't it? Lucas and Tess love listening to some country.
I think he likes a man called Jelly Roll.
Are you making that?
No, I'm not. Seriously,
has anyone heard of Jelly Roll?
Guy called Jelly Roll, and he's a big old unit, but he's not that old, and that's one of the ones he's into. And it was the Carol's going to look at me in amazement now. It was the Country Music Awards in America at 2:00 this morning.
Oh.
How would I know that? I don't know, but it's now there's like a sort of a crossover where I know Beyonce bought out a country album, and obviously Taylor Swift was country, and now she's come to mainstream pop. So there's a lot of crossover stuff, and they played on Radio 2, and it was, I can't remember what the guy's name is, but it's current big star in country music, and he released a version of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car.
Oh, okay.
And I have to say, they played it, and it was spectacular. So, but I can't remember what his name was, but because I only know Jelly Roll now. I only know Jelly Roll and Dolly Parton. That's the only country ones I know.
Be like a bit of Dolly. Yeah. So Andy Carl said, that's right. Toasterdam. Thank you, Carla. Carla's from Holland, so thank you for that. What's the word?
Endorsement.
Endorsement. So Sweet Natured's here. So hi, guys.
Hello.
Christopher Neeson, how's the cold nights are here? Do either if you drink a nice mug of Bovril. No.
Was you going to say bug of Movril?
I did. Do you know, I love Marmite, but I'm not a huge fan of Bovril. It's weird, isn't it? Because it's both a sort of beef yeast extract, isn't it? Paul's never been a fan.
I just remember Carole would, on a night shift, and sometimes she might message me, you know, at midnight or whatever. I used to awake, and we'd have a little chat. And when she was on her break, she said, "Oh, I got a nice mug of beef tea."
Yes.
And I'm like, what in the what of hooey is beef tea?
Yeah.
Now, basically, what it was a mug of Bovril.
Well, it wasn't Bovril, because I don't really like Bovril. It was a different beef extract, but it was whatever the company that the hospital used.
But it had no relation to tea whatsoever. But you always called it a beef tea,
anything
didn't
that you pour hot water in is called tea, isn't it? If you
like a coffee?
No. But
I've already debunked your theory.
Yes. Do you know what I mean?
What, like hot chocolate?
No.
Like cocoa?
No.
Like Ovaltine?
Oh, Ovaltine. Do you know? Ovaltine. I haven't had an Ovaltine for years.
Yeah, we were happy.
Malted drink, isn't it?
Happy Girls and Boys showed me age now. That advert. Who can remember that advert? We are the Ovaltines. Happy Girls and Boys.
Yes, I do vaguely remember that, but you are older than me.
Well, I'm much, much older than you.
Craig said, I see your Christmas baubles are out. Bag of them this weekend. Yet they're on the shop now, so have a pop there. Barry's asking, would you recommend Morella Electric Sunset? Yes, I'm one of them. I write a question when I'm watching your chat 2 days later, senior moment. We would, Barry. I think with the Electric Sunsets, what you've got to go in mind is this is not a true reflection of what a Morella cruise is like. It's basically, it will be full of people that want to party and drink a lot, which you do get people that like to party and drink a lot on Morellas, but not to that extent. And obviously you've got all the live music and DJs and all things which you wouldn't normally get on a Morella cruise. So I think, because people say, I went on an Electric Sunset cruise, it wasn't for me, so I'm not going to cruise with Morella again. It's in no way, shape or form a reflection on what you would normally get on Morella. The food's totally different. I think they just sort of do like a bare minimum, sort of quite plain type food choices. Yeah, we felt the food wasn't representative.
It's just okay, but it's all about, it's just 3 days of going bonkers, and seeing people that you thought, oh my god, I can't believe they're even still alive. You know, like the Wenger boys were there when we went there.
I must admit, the lineup for this year's Electric Sunset, we looked at, we thought, didn't seem as good as when we went. However, we would recommend it because it is a fun 3 days away. And if you go with a group of you, we went away, didn't we, with obviously the cruise boys and Emma Cruises, and we just had such a laugh, didn't we? So I think it's one of those things, if you've got a group of friends to go, just go along, because it is great fun. And we've seen Craig and Karen Ackland there as well, didn't we?
We did.
And we had a great time with them. So
and they took my glass on holiday, which was really nice of them.
Yeah. Aren't people just so lovely? Do you know, that's one of the things about having this channel and meeting all you people out there. I know there's lots of crap going on in the world and lots of nastiness and whatever, but this is just for us a real happy place, and the people that we've met. And when we went on Sky Princess, we were getting off and Karen and Craig were getting on, and Paul left his glasses, and fair play to them. We messaged them and said, look, you know, sure this isn't going to happen, but could you just go and ask if someone, we explained what they were like, and which she went straight to reception, and they were there, and she kept them off the cruise. They went all around, I think it was Iceland, wasn't it?
They had a 2-week
and then they posted us to them when we got home. So, you know, we're very thankful to have this community, and thank you so much,
so my glasses,
Karen and Craig, for doing that.
They're better travel than I am.
Well, we haven't been to Iceland, but your glasses have.
Yeah, they're broken.
Not them ones now.
No, I threw them away. I tried fixing them because I had a hoo-ha with one of the lenses, and I tried fixing them, and I glued my finger to the lens.
Yeah.
So I mean, as long as I could walk around like that,
you're all right.
Like, you're all right. Yeah.
Paul's got no patience whatsoever.
I haven't even got that much patience.
When we were on Amsterdam, his screw fell out.
Of my head.
Yeah, of his glasses, and no joking, both with our eyesights. And even if I always carry a magnifying glass and
in case anybody commits a murder. And we can find out who it is.
And a spectacle repair kit in our case, We always carry that regardless. And we sat there. It took us about an hour and a half to net. We were losing the will to live. And you know, Paul, he's got no patience whatsoever. In the end, we fixed them. But now we've bought spare glasses, which are now in the case. So if there's any disaster, then we're sorted.
Yes. So when we went away the last time, we only needed one case, and we took the one case that didn't have my spare glasses on.
Yes. But we've now put them back in the right case, and we're all right. So I just seen Kevin said, would this work? Put a cheapo piece of lumber for a bumper?
Put a cheapo piece. Do you know they won't, at the moment in time, they'll only let you use original panels and original bumpers, and they won't even let me construct something to hold the bumper on. It has to be the original fittings, which is very annoying.
So there you are.
But back in the day, we'd use all sorts of stuff. Years ago, I had an engine mounting broke. I was racing an Austin 1100. Let's see who's old enough to remember one of them. And to hold the engine in, just to get us through the meeting, we wedged a piece of wood between the engine and where the engine mounting used to go. And then I was halfway through a race and the car caught fire.
Oh, dear. Right, let's have a look. So, Kevin's saying he always uses a bit of Marmite in his cottage pie. Instead of salt, adds a ton of umami flavour. What have you put in today? I walked to the kitchen and he's squeezing this. Not this.
I was squeezing Carol's hand into it. I put some bran sauce.
Well, HP sauce.
HP sauce, yeah.
And I just tasted it, actually. It tastes lovely. But yes, that's a good point, Kevin. Marmite. Ken's asking if he can come to the stage night. Paul, does that mean anything to you?
No.
It's obviously to do with racing.
I don't know what. No, I don't.
We just caught up recently with Ken and Lindsay. Just they're such a lovely company. If you don't follow them, make sure you do, because they're fabulous.
But they will come out with some random stuff like, "Can I come to the stage nights?" Yes. And I don't know what that means.
We had such good fun. Let's have a look. Gillian said about her husband. The jewelry shop told my husband 3 months for his finger to be right after taking his ring off, or your ring might end up tight in the summer.
They told me, they said 6 to 12 weeks before they would consider remeasuring.
Yeah. But that's a good point, actually, about the summer and your hands getting hot.
I just might not bother, to be honest. It doesn't matter, does it?
Watch this space about that one. And Tina's asking, does that mean you'll both renew your vows on our group cruise?
No. Do you know,
talking about group cruises,
if we had time to do that, so it's up to you, Tina. We can have a quiz with lots of giveaways and fun and laughter. No, I'm not even going to give you that option because I know everybody will vote for the renewal. No, thank you.
Talking about group cruises, we've just announced another group cruise, and it's been only announced to our Patreon members and our newsletter subscribers. And the reason is that it's because it's a river cruise and there aren't too many spaces there. So if you do want to join us, we're going on a Christmas river cruise next year, 2025. We've already had lots of people book through Dan, our travel agent. But if you do want to be part of that next early December, then do join our newsletter because
or Patreon.
Or Patreon or YouTube.
Patreon.
Yeah.
And it costs, to join our Patreon, is just £1 a week. First way in, £1 a week. What could you get with a pound? You can't even buy a Mars bar now for £1.
But anyway, so obviously river cruise ships are far smaller than ocean cruise ships. So the cabins are limited. So if you want to be part of that, then please do that. I said do. Jake's asking, have you ever just booked Excursion the port itself? If so, what was your experience? We often, when we get to a new port, we self-explore, and we might
to Newport.
To a new port, not Newport in Wales. And sometimes we might pick up like a taxi tour or something like that. That's cheap there. But we haven't. Lots of people use Viator, which seems like a very good company. And I can't think of the other company. There's some more companies out there that will guarantee you'll get back to the ship, or if they don't get back to the ship, they'll guarantee they'll get you to the next port. So I think if I was going to book an excursion outside of that, then I would look at companies that are.
But we have, because I've had a moment of clarity.
Have we?
We went to, as soon as I say this now, Carole will be like, oh yes. We went to Norway and we went to the fjords.
Oh yes, we did.
We independently booked a rib ride.
In Shoalden.
In Shoalden. Skoda, however you say it. It was about a third of the price of the same rib boat ride that the cruise line was offering. And because we were in port for 5 or 6 hours, it was literally 11 o'clock in the morning and you're back at midday. If your boat sank, you could have swam back in time. And when it's something like that and you've got plenty of time, but stuff like that, sometimes you can drop lucky. When you get into some of these Norwegian, into the fjord, some of these ports, you might drop lucky and they might be available. But we booked it online. If you go online and search for rib rides in the cruise ports that you know you're going to, it was a really reputable company that I can't remember the name of, but it's a massive company that operates in Norway, and we had a fabulous time.
We did, and they also guarantee a refund if your ship can dock, which is another thing to consider when you book an excursion. Remember, we booked an excursion in Amsterdam for we were supposed to be going there for overnight. Oh, we just got a thumbs up. Do give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the live stream.
Give us a thumbs up.
And we booked an excursion. We booked an excursion in Amsterdam for an evening dinner. We were overnight there, and we actually got diverted to Rotterdam, I think it was. So, and we lost our money. So we learnt from that, wasn't it?
Well,
that
we didn't lose our money because if you remember, I emailed them and I said, "Oh, we're supposed to be coming to you, whatever." And they refunded 50% of the money.
Yeah.
So, which was
under the lost money.
They had no obligation to do that whatsoever, but fair play to them. So, if we were going back to Amsterdam and we were going to do something like that, I would use that company again because they were.
Yeah, exactly.
I would use them again if I could remember what their name was, but I can't.
So, the top tips for doing that: if you are going to use a company that's not the cruise lines, do your excursion first thing. Part of the day, so you're back in time, and make sure that there is a refund policy should your ports change. Neil's asking, have you ever traveled on MSC World or Europa, and if so in Yacht Club, what did you think? We haven't done MSC World or Europa, but we've done MSC Virtuosa, and we spent 3 days in the Yacht Club. We were given a pass to go in there.
But we had access for 3 days.
We didn't stay in a Yacht Club cabin, but I must admit we were absolutely impressed by it. So I imagine MS World Europa looks a fantastic ship, and I imagine
is that the one we were parked?
Yeah, it was parked with us in Malta. So if we've always said if we're going to go with MSC again, it would definitely be Yacht Club because we were very impressed, weren't we? Because you've got dining in there, you've got your own pool, you've got your own buffet, and it was excellent. So George is just saying, just booked on Amsterdam, May 26th in Neptune Street with the early booking. Have it all. Have we made a terrible mistake? No, you haven't. You'll have a fantastic time.
No, you haven't made a terrible mistake. You have made an excellent
decision. Yeah.
Because if it's the same, we've obviously, is it out yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a tour of that Neptune suite. If it's, I don't know how many different ones there are on Amsterdam.
But they're either aft or on the side of the ship.
But there's a side-facing Neptune suite tour.
Yeah, on our YouTube now.
On our YouTube now, which we
went out on Tuesday.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, Neptune suite. If we could afford it, we did it on Conadams. It was absolutely amazing.
And I have it all.
That was a special. Yeah, Holland America Have It All is great. So that's why we like Holland America. It's starting to become one of our favorite lines because it just encompasses everything that we enjoy. And we just like that fixed price. Apart from really late night drinking.
Well, it's not late night drinking. There is obviously, apart from late night drinking, and apart from at this moment in time, they don't do production theatre shows.
Yeah.
They've got a dance group, but they haven't got a production theatre show. But we were a little bird told us that might be changing next year, and we really, really hope that's the case because I think if they can encompass into what they already offer a good theatre show, 2 or 3 in the space of your cruise. They would tick all the boxes. It would be the icing on the cake because their live entertainment, music-wise,
fantastic.
In my humble opinion, is second to none.
Yeah, and like I say, if you want to have a drink after 1 o'clock in the morning and want to party till dawn, it's not the cruise line for you. But we're too old for that now, aren't we? We don't mind the odd time, but
we're too old for that.
No, it's true. But no, we do. We've got a very soft spot for Holland America, and we're definitely cruising with them again in the future. That's for sure. Neil saying, I do love that shirt with Singer on it. There you are, look, Pauline. Julie saying, will you be looking for Black Friday cruise deals? I'm a bit what's the word about Black Friday? Black Friday used skeptical, yeah, because yes, you can get the odd bargain and stuff, but often it's all a bit of a scam in it. Prices go up before and then they just drop them down, and so. But there are some deals to be had. We haven't been looking so much. We've got some focus on some cruises in December that we've seen. We are watching those prices, but yeah, so. I don't know. It used to be Black Friday was very special, and it used to be you'd queued outside the shops and do all that sort of thing. But now it seems like it's Black Friday lasts like 2 weeks, isn't it? It's
Black
all a
Friday's
bit
like 6 months of the year now.
Yeah.
I miss the days when you have a stand-up fight with somebody for a big screen TV.
So Nick's saying they got a Thatcher's Golden Pinot Gris show. No, we're not. I've got a drink tonight, so we're gonna have a drink tomorrow. Kevin said he wish he could get Thatcher's Gold here. We'd love to try it. We'll have to try and we can't really. It's not going to travel well, is it, in the suitcase?
No, because
because
Carole will be in bed the night before we fly out, and she'd hear.
Oh, so hopefully one day, Kevin, you'll come over and visit us, and we can treat you to lots of Thatcher's Gold. Mandy said she forgot it was Thursday. Good job you remembered in time. Well, good job you're here. Auntie G is just saying, Dover, the castle's great, also the best, which takes you to Cambridge or Walmer. I really enjoyed Walmer Castle. Well, thank you for those tips. That's brilliant. And Deborah's asking, do you prefer cottage pie or shepherd's pie? I like both.
I can't remember. I've never made a shepherd's pie. And for the uninitiated, cottage pie is beef, shepherd's pie is lamb. So I've never made a shepherd's pie, but I have had shepherd's pie years ago, but not for a long time.
We don't often buy lamb mince. We like leg of lamb, but we don't often buy lamb mince. So you don't see it so much, do you, really, as beef? And Joseph's asking, any plans for cruise out of Brooklyn during the summer 2025? We're going on Island Princess to New England and Canada. We are looking at going out of New York next summer, but we haven't booked our flights and stuff yet, have we? But we've got tentative plans. But not to New England and Canada, because we've just done that cruise, haven't we, with Celebrity Eclipse. And Joseph's saying, love you guys. Well, thank you very much. David's asking, did you have an orange night when you're on Amsterdam? We did, and it was fantastic.
I'm going to go out on a limb now. I thought the orange night, we've done 3 Holland America cruises now, and I thought the orange night on Amsterdam was the best of the 3.
Well, I think it depends on the crowd, doesn't it? There was lots of lively people on our trip who were up for dancing, and there was lots of groups that were traveling together, and there was this one particular group, there was about 30 of them, so wherever there was, they would always be getting everyone up to the dance. They could all dance,
and they all knew all these dance routines, and we talked about this before, and there was one dance called Wobble, which apparently has been about for years in America, but we've never heard of it. And before the live band used to come on in the Rolling Stone Lounge, the DJ would put Wobble on, and everybody was on the dance floor, and it was like, like a cha-cha slide type thing, where everybody knew the moves apart from me and Carole.
So I think on most ships, it depends on the crowd, doesn't it? Yeah. It can be that you can have the best music playing, but if the crowd aren't dancers or partiers, but this time on Amsterdam, we had a fantastic night.
The DJ really had the measure of people. And when we went to the Orange Party, it was out on deck as well, which was great because it was a lovely evening.
Yeah.
We started off just sat on our own, and we had like a table for 2. And by the time, like an hour into the Orange Party, we had a table for about 72. Yeah. And these people just kept coming adding onto this table, and it was great.
It was
randomly,
really nice.
There was a man who every night he got up and danced, but every night he had a book with him. And he said to me, "Oh, could you look after my book while I go and have a dance?"
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, mate, it's like 10 o'clock at night. When are you going to read that? Put your book in your cabin. When are you going to read that? And it got to the point where I'd see him every night, and I'd try and see where the bookmark was. To see if he'd actually read it? I don't think he did.
But he was just trying to look like he was. We met some lovely people. We did. We really did.
And the man carrying a book around was lovely. So if you're watching tonight,
Corinne saying Dan the Cruiser will be white night on Asmara very soon. Yeah, Dan, our travel agent, is off to. Where is he off to? He's off to New York.
New York.
He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York. He's off to New York South Africa on Azamara Quest. I think then I was going to say South
Yeah.
America. It's not South America, it's South Africa. So he's going from Palma right the way through down to Cape Town. So make sure you're following Dan the Cruiser if you're on Instagram. Dan does some great reels, so make sure you do watch that. Grant's here. So love to see Grant. Hello from Colorado. 23 days until the QM2 crossing. Thank you for the weekly live sessions. I haven't piped in the last couple of weeks, but I've been watching. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Grant.
And have a fantastic crossing on Culinary too.
If you haven't done it before, you'll love it.
We're
if you
already,
have done it before, you'll love it.
Yeah, we're already talking about doing another one, aren't we? Because it's just fantastic. Emma Cruz is in the house. I love to see Emma.
Hey, hey, hey.
And she said, don't have a cold off or beer off or moose off with Kevin. No. Because you will never win.
You said beer. Bear.
Bear. Did I say beer?
Yeah.
I meant bear.
So I think I could hold my own on a beer off with Kevin, but
and Kevin's going moose. Yeah, we couldn't say moose without going moose. William's here from Thailand. So it's very rainy. Yes, November in Thailand is very rainy, isn't it? I remember once we went to the Krabi district, which is south, right? South,
Nang.
Yeah, southwest. And we went there for 3 weeks. And the first week we were there, no joking, it was torrential rain every day. And it was up to our ankles, wasn't it? And we were thinking, this is depressing. And then all of a sudden the sun came out and it was beautiful for 2 weeks. So we'd never advocate going to that part of Thailand in November. North, you're much safer, aren't you, for weather this time of year? But we that's why we always tend to go sort of February time when we're heading to the far East or Southeast Asia. So Catherine said, my friend in California thinks 60s is cold. I keep telling her that's quite warm for us. Yeah, it is.
Quite warm. That's like the height of summer in England.
And Corinne's saying she's going to Moose Jaw for Christmas. Yeah, Corinne's off to visit family. So she's going to have, I'm sure.
Moose Jaw? Is that in Canada?
I think is Moose Jaw in Saskatchewan, I think. Because remember we were looking, because we're going back to Calgary next year, and we're going to be doing some road trips and exploring Canada, as well as spending some time in California, which we've got all booked in place. And we were looking at Saskatchewan, and I'm sure I've seen Moose Jaw, but let us know, Kevin, know. So
well, I suspect Corinna know as well.
Well, Corinna know too.
She's going there. David Webb, listen to what he's got to say next.
Well, 4 weeks today to my 10-day extra cruise, Oslo, Copenhagen, and Amsterdam, all overnighters. Booked nighttime trip to Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen. Yeah, we booked that for our group cruise, and Dan's organised 2 coach loads for all those that wanted to go to Tivoli Gardens. So so that should be a great night, because we're there till late at night too, aren't we, in Copenhagen? So that'd be fab. Dave Webb says still too early. Maybe today, but tomorrow's the day. Whoop whoop. What's the matter? I'm so excited.
I just
got all my
there's
from
a
this
thing
year.
for that. Oh, there it is. Oh,
that's lovely.
So I wondered if there was a thing for whoop whoop whoop.
Kevin's saying Alpha's best Christmas. It is fun, isn't it?
It's
just
quite amusing.
There's parts we thought, it was the beginning, wasn't it? Maybe we hadn't.
I couldn't even remember the fact at the beginning when he was a little baby. When watching it, thinking I don't remember this bit, and I must have watched it about 47 times.
I know. I don't know why we missed that, really. So lots of people saying Emma Cruz, the best Christmas movie ever. I watched this week on the plane. Yeah, Emma's just back from Japan, which looks fantastic. Well, we know Japan is amazing. If you ever get the opportunity to go to Japan, do it, because it is one of the most fantastic countries ever. Andy and Carla saying, too early. Ours will go up until the second weekend in December after the Feast of St. Nicholas. Okay. Mine's up tomorrow.
Do you know where is the Christmas tree?
It's in the loft, so you need to get it down.
Yeah.
I can't. Well, I could scramble up there.
You've got the step ladder, have you?
I can get the step ladder out.
Where is it?
I still would be able to reach.
Carol needs the step ladder to reach the ladder.
So Barbara says she'll be taking her Christmas decorations on a Christmas cruise. Yes. Take some little ones so it makes it nice and festive. David's saying Die Hard is the best Christmas movie. We do enjoy a Die Hard movie, to be fair.
I couldn't agree more. I saw a great T-shirt on Facebook the other day, and it had like Nakatomi Towers, and it was like an invitation to a Christmas party. Nakatomi Towers.
I know the one. I know. I watched them lots of times with you.
And I don't know whether I'm talking a load of rubbish, but that was one of Alan Rickman's first major roles. He looks
young
film.
in it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Carrie and Michael late. Well, We are late, messed up the time since we're both in North Carolina right now. Well, I'm just pleased to hear you're both together because I know you've been going through a difficult time, haven't you? So that's nice that you're spending time together. So, and thank you for making the time to say hi to us. Oh, Ken's being saucy. Lindsay would like to know which bit of Hugh Grant would you like?
I think you know, Lindsay.
Pie needs a bottom, not soup with a lid. Exactly that, Nick.
Couldn't agree more. Soup with a lid.
So Ian's asking, good evening, you lovely people. We're off on P&O.
Got pie on the brain.
P&O Iona Saturday for a 2-week trip. How exciting it is. Exciting. Any hints and tips you can offer for the ship and best food venues? Get yourself to the Keys. We love the Keys on Iona.
We love the Keys. Nice fish and chips. They got a lovely Asian fusion, and they got a burger bar, American-y, dinery thing, all in a row. And my top tip is don't be afraid to mix and match. So you can get yourself a nice Thai curry, but get some chips from the fish and chip shop. The chips from the burger bar are like the skinny French friesy things, and they're rubbish. So you could get a burger from there, chips from the fish and chip shop. You can see a trend here.
Chips.
Curry, chips from the chip shop, fish and chips with a curry. You can have it all. It's great. But paying venues,
Keel and Cow
is really good because you just pay for what you want. But there are lots of good eating venues.
For the entertainment, I would suggest that you book early, and if you can't get your act to work, go and see someone because they have some really great entertainment in the 710 Club. And if you want to see entertainment in the back lounge, I always remember forget that lounge at the back of Iona. It gets really busy, so you have to get there early. So that'd be my top tips for Iona. Yeah. But entertainment on P&O is great. So make sure you go to see the shows because P&O shows are really good, aren't they?
But when you go and see the show in the Dome and it's got that bird that's sitting on a nest trying to hatch an egg out, you'll think that somebody spiked your drink. And you've got some sort of hallucinogenic in your system, but you haven't. That's what the show is. It's weird.
If they still do it.
Yes,
let us know. Man said definitely with the pie, none of that puffy stuff on top, exactly.
You cut into it and it shatters all over like a bloke the other side of the pub.
Exactly.
You're like, and he's like, hey, mate, come on.
Oh, grain mustard mash with grated cheese on top. Yes. Probably puts cheese in it as well. Bridget saying, did you try tortillerie? Spelling Quebec meat pie, double pastry pie crust. No, we did not.
Oh, you've just, Bridget, you really, really upset me now. I didn't even know that existed until
No, we did not. I'd love to go back to Quebec.
Meat pie, double pastry. Oh, that sounds awesome.
Well, I'm sure we'll do that route again, won't we? Because New England, and that was beautiful.
I'm going to make a pie.
Are you going to make a pie? Yeah. Not now.
I'll probably wait till the end of the line.
You know what they say about a man with a big ring finger? Ooh, saucy.
He needs a big ring.
A for C, it's an island. They escaped the snow and it's not too cold. And Corin saying, is it Jelly Roll Morton?
If you say Corin, I'll believe you, but his name is Jelly Roll. I can't believe there's more than one Jelly Roll. But I've seen him on something. He's a really good singer.
So I have no idea who he is. I know Lucas and Tess talked about him, but I don't have any idea who he is.
Because I know that my boy, in conjunction with Dan, is arranging, him and his girlfriend want to go to New Orleans, and then they want to go to Nashville, I believe. And then weirdly, they want to go to Salem.
Yeah. Well, Tess is big into Halloween
she's
and
a witch.
witches. No, she's not. She's lovely.
Yes. Unless she's watching. Then she's lovely. If I turn into a frog now, you know she's watching.
So Richard is saying, hello from across the pond. My wife and I get ready for our first cruise in 30 years. Oasis of seas out of Miami to the Western Caribbean. Love watching your videos. Well, Richard, have the most fantastic time. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's made me a bit emotional. First cruise for 30 years. How awesome.
Have we been on Oasis of the Seas?
No, we want to go on a big.
Is that a big one?
Yeah, we've been looking at Royal Caribbean, NCR, and Silver Sea for next year, and I can't find the right ship with the right itinerary, which is really frustrating me. So Jude Tags just got off Celebrity Edge, my new favorite ship. Love the full my main dining room experience. Made it more intimate. Great ship for Australia with rooftop areas. Yes, it is. The Edge class ships are fantastic.
Lots of fabulous outside spaces.
Nick's just asking, have you dined at Surf and Turf on Morella? If so, was it any good?
We've done Surf and Turf on Discovery, and we've done Surf and Turf on Voyager, And I have to say, both of them were fabulous.
Excellent. Yeah. So definitely recommend. Luke Coombs, Nick Wesley is saying.
Luke Coombs, that's the fella, yes. Do you know what amazes me is I just talk such a load of rubbish, but you lot are so smart that you manage to sieve through it. It's a bit like my life with Carole. She'll say a word, which is not even a word, but we've been together for so long now that I know what she's talking about, which sort of scares me a little bit. But yeah, it is Luke Coombs, yeah.
So Chris is saying, cruise virgin here. I've booked Miami to Panama City on NCL. Will it be my first and last? Hopefully not. Hopefully you'll have a fantastic time and you will want to go again because it is quite addictive. Jeff's in as well with
Luke Coombs.
Yeah.
Is it Coombs or Combs?
Combs.
Combs.
Comb. That's Comb. Combs.
But I think it's Coombs, though. I think it's pronounced Coombs. Is it Coombs? Give me a thumbs up if it's Coombs.
So, I'm just gonna. Can't see that one.
Anna Mike talking about
surf and turf is one of the best speciality at sea, in my opinion. Catherine asks, "Have you tried Marmite crisps?" Yes, totally have. So I love them.
She was devastated this week because we got some from Tesco's a couple of weeks ago, and when we did
jumping up and down this.
When we did
comments.
our weekly shop, they didn't have any, so you had to make do with Twiglets, didn't you? But you did find some Marmite
Grays. They're like little corn chips in Marmite, and they were absolutely delicious. So we are the Overteenies. I sang that in a panto a few years ago. Oh yes, I did. Brilliant.
It's great when you finish your own punchline.
Let's just see if we've got any more questions. We're aware we're over time, so let's have a look. Julie's asking, going on QM first time in a few weeks, do they have an app to download and how do they do the muster drill? We're looking forward to QM2. It's watching it on the telly, and then it's
not an app. You call it an app, but it's not an app. And somebody tell me what the technical term is, if anybody on there could tell me. But there is a thing that you put on your phone, but it's not an app as in where you can book stuff.
Yeah. It's not an app where you need internet. It's what do you call it?
I don't know what the technical term is, and I'm trying to find it on my telephone so I can tell you. It's called the My Voyage.
Yeah. So you can check obviously your account. It's got information about the ship and all that things on there. You can book your Wi-Fi on there, and you can do things on there, but it's only available when you're on the ship. Aoife said, I don't like Bovril. My granny drinks one every day. Used to have Ovaltine for breakfast on cold school days. Show my age now. Ken's going and getting in the panto mood. Oh, no, you didn't. Mr. Lemonade saying, would you recommend Tui Morella Discovery 2 for a surprise engagement? Yeah, Morella. We love Morella, so we definitely recommend a Morella cruise. And let's see if... So Nopsy Chat saying, I hope you did come into Umbrelette. Will this be followed up by the cruise you did on her? We've had some technical issues, sadly. So we were only able to put our cabins out. But that's what I was saying earlier. Sometimes we don't get round to the vlog series for varying reasons. So that's why.
But I think we've done 4 or possibly 5 cruises that we haven't, even though we videoed.
Yeah,
we didn't blog them for one reason or another.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes technical issues, sometimes just lack of time. So if we ever had COVID again, we've got all these series. Because I've got QM2 to Norway, I've got Queen Victoria to Spain,
Celebrity
Beyond. What else we've got? We've got quite a few series that we just haven't put out. So, but like I say, technical issues sadly put that to a stop.
The trouble is,
Grant says, QAnon's a web page to use, no app. You watch video on the TV and then check in at the station.
Oh, thank you, Grant.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the technical term. There is a thing on your phone, but it's not like where you can go on and book stuff and all that sort of thing.
So Life in the Park says, sorry, can't join you for long. We just stopped off to get some food before meeting up the cruise monkeys in West Wales. Oh, have a fabulous time. Enjoy. Will
you remember it?
Exactly. So let's see if there's any more... Ken goes cruising and says, with reference to your bumper, we held a whole axle on the back of a 30-foot trailer with 2 ratchet straps.
Nothing wrong with that.
And Gillian saying her first car was an Austin 1300. Fine until the subframe went.
They were Yes, they were prone to, as all stuff was back then. But the Austin 1300 was just a bigger engine version of an Austin 1100. But a good old car in their day, but they had hydroelastic suspension. Now, if anybody knows what that is, I'll be very impressed, especially you, Kevin Austin. Do you know what hydroelastic suspension
I bet he does. He knows
we'll find out.
everything. So Sally's saying, snap, our decorations are going up tomorrow.
Well,
Travel Lizzie said, I need to try Hal. Definitely recommend, honestly. So
I mean, you are a party animal, Lizzie, so you'd want to be up till 4 drinking your cocktails, I know, but maybe go on with Ken and Lindsay.
Tina's saying, do Hal sail from the UK? They do. They go from Dover. So, but what we loved about this one as well, and another thing that we don't do enough of is fly cruising. Sometimes we take the easy option and go at Southampton, which is great. But it's not, you don't always get the weather, do you? And so it's lovely when we do get the opportunity to do a fly cruise and you're straight in the warmth and you're straight enjoying that outside life, aren't you? Which often you don't get. You can't use your balcony so much. You can't use the promenade so much when you're cruising at the UK because it's too cold and windy. Yeah. So, and I'm just saying, how's our favourite? Yeah, I think it is. It's becoming ours. Mark's asking, we'll be cruising out of Orlando soon. No plans as yet. Linda said she had homemade shepherd's pie last night with pickled beetroot. Really?
I don't even know what to say about that, Linda.
That's not a combination I would ever put together. So, and Grant says he's on his 16th crossing on the QM2.
I reckon you could drive the ship now by now, Grant. I bet you know the way. Captain's like, Grant's on board, and you'll have 5 days off. Go on, get up there.
Jane says she loves the Keys on Iona. Yeah, and Clubhouse. That's it. Why can't I can remember? Jelly Roll Morton died in 1941, so it can't be the same one. I'm confused. So let's just see if there's any more questions. Ted's here, just popping in currently on cruise, sitting in the martini bar with a lemon drop. We'll catch it later this evening. Happy traveling all. We'll have a fantastic cruise. Right then, I think that's it for now, isn't it?
No, not yet. Hang on.
Not yet.
No, I'm just going to see.
Kevin's answered your question. Look at this. Hydroelastic originally on a Citroen DS.
I don't know if it was originally on a Citroen DS, but I know this is his name is just Jelly Roll. He's just a chap called Jelly Roll, and he's a and weirdly.
Well, Yvonne's saying Jelly Roll is Jason Bradley DeFord. Is that the same one? Is his name? Yes, that's him.
That's Jelly Roll, and he's got that sort of
he looks like Rag and
Bone Man, and who was the other bloke with all writing over his face?
Got a fantastic voice.
Teddy Swims.
And
there's another one as well that was before them who's got like all writing over his face. What's his name? I can't think what his name is.
Don't know, but fantastic voices. Jeff saying like Luke Combs like a hair comb.
Luke Combs.
And Fraser C's here. So lovely to see you too. Anyway, I think we're going to call it a night there. So thank you also. Have we said everything that's on here? We have. Our live next week is Thursday. So if you're around and you want to join us for another hour of talking about all sorts, then please do. Anything to add, Paulie, before we go?
No, I'm off to have a nice mug of Ovaltine.
No, we're going to finish off our cottage pie and we haven't had dinner, have we? So we're going to have I fancy some. I've got to think about pickles at the minute. I've got to think about gherkins, haven't I? But anyway, enough about that.
Anyway, so right. Can I get some fireworks? Come on.
Yes. Thank you so much to everyone for joining, and we will see you next week.
Yes, don't forget them thumbs up.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye-bye.